All right. Going to be watching season 2, episode 2 of The Walking Dead. I actually didn't take a look at the name. It is Bloodletting. The end of the last episode, I wasn't that surprised, but Carl got shot. I kind of had a feeling because the whole deer thing, the deer was like listening behind itself, so that meant something was behind it, whether it was a zombie or what. So I wasn't super surprised that something happened. I was a little surprised that he got shot. And I, 100% believe that Lori's gonna blame Rick, even though she told him, like, Rick didn't say anything. She told, like, Carl can go. And she's gonna blame him again, I assume. After she just told everybody to stop blaming Rick. So she's gonna blame him now, I assume. So yeah. Other stuff, Shane is gonna leave, but I know he doesn't, or maybe he does, but he comes back. My big question is kind of, where's Merle? I think he comes back into the show at some point, but where and when? Like, where the fuck is he? They're still looking for Carol's daughter. I think her name's like Sophia. She went missing after hiding from the walker when Rick told her to hide. She ran off somewhere. Who knows where she is? I'm wondering who these people that shot Carl are. We'll see. I think in like the preview, like the little snippet they give is like it's like some community or something, like some other like group. And Bloodletting doesn't sound like a good good title. So we'll have to see where that goes. But yeah, ready to get started. All right, I'm gonna be clicking play in 3, 2, 1. Oh, is this when she finds out about Rick? Shane is a good guy, it seems like. Shane doesn't seem like a bad guy. I think he's also conflicted, The whole thing when he was drunk, like, wasn't good, right? Wasn't good. That's very clear. But, like, he's been battling some demons ever since Rick showed the fuck back up, Because, like, he's developed a relationship with Lori, and now he's told, like, no. And, like, now his best friend's back from dead who he thought was dead. Like, and, like, he's going through some shit. So, like, I don't necessarily blame him 100%. I blame him for the whole, like, thing at the CDC. Like, that was no. Like, that you can't do that shit. But, like, him being pissed, like, and all that stuff, like, I understand. That's understandable. That's understandable. The one thing isn't, though.
That way! Hey, Herschel!
Oh, this is where they go,
Herschel,
Herschel?
he'll help your boy! Let's go, man. Come on!
He didn't see, like, the kid? That's a little weird. Okay, so this is Herschel. So it's not necessarily a bad place. Because I don't think Herschel's is a bad place. I think Herschel just can be an ass.
Help me, my boy inside!
Patricia, I need my full kit. Maggie?
Yeah?
Painkillers, coagulants, grab everything.
Okay, so he's a
Clean
doctor, it
towels,
sounds like.
Sheets, alcohol.
It's okay. You got blood.
See, Shane's not a bad guy. He just has moments of weakness.
Take it from me.
I've been praying she doesn't wind up like Amy.
Maybe not the best.
God, that's the worst thing I ever said.
That's not what she meant.
We're all hoping and praying with you.
Andrea's a bitch, but she understands what she meant.
I'll tell you what it's worth. Not a damn thing. It's a waste of time, all this hoping and praying. We're gonna locate that little girl. She's gonna be just fine. Are the only ones zen around here?
Yeah.
Lord.
He can't fucking, like, Daryl don't give a shit. Like, he got pissed when his brother, like, what happened to him, but, like, he's a realist, he's a survivalist, like, he understands. But he also isn't, like, he's hopeful. you know, at the same time. He's saying we're gonna find her. Like, it's not like he's a pessimist. He's a realist, but a positive realist.
We are going to have quite a collection of stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know who could help?
Listen,
Maybe,
your veins
if he's not
are
racist.
very discolored. You got a hell of an infection there. You could die from... So let's look some more.
Dale's a beacon of positivity, too. He's a real pillar of this group, it feels like, you know? It's going to be a damn shame when they lose him eventually. You know?
Sick joke. You stop it.
Shane's a real one. He has moments of weakness, but he's a real one.
Little girl goes missing.
Why weren't they already taking blood from him? They don't have, like, packs and shit? Like, he's a doctor. I don't know if they have packs and stuff, but I still feel like they could have started taking some from him already. You know, get him even the IV into him, get him ready instead of, like... Passed out from the pain.
I'll gather some things.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like the people on Herschel's farm are bad people. I don't think they're bad. I think, like, a disagreement happens is why they leave and shit.
He was alive before too long.
Why?
Someone has to watch the stuff.
You think we're the weakest?
No, not necessarily.
Well, what are you, 70? 64. And I'm the one black guy. Realize how precarious that makes my situation.
Well, you also got injured,
What the hell
T-Dog.
are you talking about? I'm talking about two good old boy cowboy sheriffs and a redneck whose brother cut off his own hand because I dropped the key.
I mean, Rick helped you,
What
T-Dog.
scenario you think is gonna be first to get lynched? You can't be serious. Yeah, she's all there. She's having a tough time. What is wrong with you? The whole world's having a tough time. Damn, man. Open your eyes. Look where we are. Stuck in this mess here. Take Darby.
I think he's losing it.
Going off the deep end. I mean it, man.
What's Andrew gonna run into and find?
As the crow flies my ass. Andrea!
Why is she so far away from them? Oh, it's from Herschel's.
Lori Grimes?
Shut up.
Shut up. Horses would be a good way to travel. And she probably heard her start screaming and was like, there they are, and took off, you know?
This is a whole other thing.
That's what we always say. This one's different.
This one is.
Mankind's been fighting plagues from the start. We get our behinds kicked for a while, then we bounce back. It's nature correcting itself, restoring some balance.
That's a good way to look at it. That's honestly probably how I'd look at it if I was in this situation.
Make you okay.
Head on ass. I was wondering if that's where his head was going. I know it's like a sad moment, but like I was thinking, like in the back of my head, there's that meme. I'll maybe put it in the video because I have it of like Batman, like a Batman float with his face, like the Batman float, and there's like a Catwoman float and it falls down. You'll see it. It's funny. That was my first reaction.
Two. Only two.
And we wanted to do the same for you.
I get him some electrolytes, get him some calories, some energy, some iron.
Okay.
Just tell him, drink up, drink up.
So I understand. When Shane gets back with his other man,
Otis,
Otis, the idiot who shot my son.
ma'am, it was an accident.
I'll take that under advisement later. For now, he's the idiot who shot our son.
Lori, they're doing everything they can to make it right.
Okay, as soon as they get back, you can perform this surgery.
I'll certainly do my best.
Okay. I mean, you've done this procedure before.
Well, yes, in a sense.
In a sense?
Honey, we don't have the luxury of shopping for a surgeon.
No, I understand that, but I mean, you're a doctor, right?
Veterinarian.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. A vet.
A veteran, a combat medic.
A veterinarian.
Sounds great to me. What's the alternative, Lori?
And you've done this surgery before on what? Cows? Pigs?
He's still a doctor. Like, he has a basic understanding. Like,
Completely in over your head, aren't you?
Ma'am, aren't we all?
I would trust him more than anybody else. You know, he has kept your son alive. Trust him. The alternative, like, what's going to happen? Either A, he saves your son and everything's fine, or B, like, if he does the surgery, or B, he kills your son who is going to die anyways.
Okay.
Like, or you could do C, which is, okay, I won't do it then. And we'll see what happens.
You see that big mobile medical trailer? From bad to worse, he has a very serious blood infection. Get him to that farm. See if they have any antibiotics, because if not, T-Dog will die, no joke.
Keep your oily rags off my brother's motorcycle. Why'd you wait till now to say anything? It's my brother's stash. Crystal, X, don't need that. Some kick-ass painkillers. Oxycycline. Not the generic stuff neither. It's first class. Merle got the clap on occasion.
Hey, look. Daryl, that redneck, gave you some antibiotics. You know? He has an infection. Like, he's not thinking straight. Like, I understand. But it's probably in the back of his mind, T-Dog. I get it. I don't blame him. What is the plan here? Is he gonna, like, take off the brake and just push the car? And have it, like, take some people out or some shit? Like, get it out of brake? I don't know what their plan here is. Players. Players will distract them. Good thinking. That's smart. Good thinking. Actually, yeah. I like that. That's some good thinking. I don't know, because Otis knows what they're looking for. I would have taken a couple extra just in case those ones go out so you can throw some more. You know? Why is it so dark there and it's still light out here? I know it's probably happening at different times, but like...
Pressure's dropping again. We can't wait much longer.
Ooh, Otis ain't gonna make it. I don't think Otis is gonna make it. Is Shane gonna come back alone and they're gonna be like... Where's Otis? Where'd Otis go? Oh, he's with him. What do you do? I feel like this is like a cliffhanger moment here. Yep. All right, that was I didn't think we'd get to Herschel's farm this quick. I thought that came a little later because there's like 11 seasons, right? I wonder if this show like takes like Herschel's Walker's like multiple seasons. I bet. I bet it's not just like one season, one baddie in this show, or like one like arc. I'd assume probably like that. But yeah, that was pretty good. Bloodletting. I thought like the title made it sound like it was gonna be like bad bloodletting, not like, hey, we need to, do a blood transfusion for Carl because he got shot. Which honestly makes sense now that you think, if you think about it after the fact. But yeah, pretty good. I have a bad feeling about Otis. I had it as soon as he signed up. I was like, ooh, he's not gonna make it. Yeah, pretty good episode. I knew I'm a little surprised. Like, I bet you Lori didn't freak out right now. I feel like she's gonna be pissed at Rick still, but it's gonna be after Carl's okay. Then she's gonna be like, "Rah, you motherfucker, rah, rah, rah." But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely off base. But that's just how the character is seen to me so far. It's like, rah, I'm mad about stuff that like I'm kind of at fault for, and I'm gonna blame other people. Yeah, T-Dog, I get where he was coming from and what he was saying, especially because of how Merle treated him, and he has the stigma against cops. Like, I get that, especially as a black man. He has that right to have that stigma against them. I get it. But I can see maybe Shane a little rougher. Like maybe he feels that way more about Shane, but especially with Rick. Like, Rick stood up for him against Merle. Like that end. But like T-Dog is experiencing he's has some shit going on with an infection and whatnot. So I understand that as well. He's not like super in his best state of mind, but I get where he's coming from. Dale's my favorite character so far. Dale is like me. That's how I'd be in like these scenarios. I'd be like, well, what are we doing? Come on, guys. A little bit of a little bit of reason and whatnot. That's how I hope I would act is like Dale. Don't know if that's how I actually would in this scenario or not. Who knows? You never know until you're actually tested and in the situation. But that's how I hope I would react. Yeah, pretty good episode. Pretty good. Like it. The show is more enjoyable. It's the first season it did drag on a good amount. The second season so far, it's been a lot more engaging, which is good. You want to be engaged when you watch something. The first one I found a lot. Like the first season, there were moments where I was kind of like, I don't really care for this. Like, I'm a little distracted. But so far, these two episodes, I've been a lot more engaged than I was previously, and we'll take that. All right, I don't think I got really much else to say about that. Yeah. You know what? I am glad that kind of Daryl seems to be taking more of an leadership role too, with him kind of saying we're gonna find her with Sophia and whatnot, and him saying, why didn't you ask earlier about the antibiotics? I wasn't hiding them. So I'm really that's a very positive thing too that I'm seeing, and also about Shane. I had my thoughts Shane, the thing at the CDC, yes. That was no, bad. No. You're not a good person in that moment. But with everything else, it's a very conflicted character. He's a real person. He has his moments of weakness, but most of the time he's a very good friend to Rick most of the time. And even everybody else, he does it with what he think is the best for the group. And I'd appreciate that about him. But he does have his flaws. Like most characters, he has his flaws where he does have moments of weakness. He did have that moment in the CDC, which is kind of, not kind of, but is an unforgivable thing. But, for the most part, besides the one bad instance, Shane, I feel isn't a terrible character. But like I said, I'm not saying he's a good person. He did have that bad moment. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and say let's gloss over that. He's a good guy. No, he for the most part does good, but he does have, some bad things about him. Yeah, I'd say so far my favorite character is Dale. I really like Dale. Second favorite would probably be just Rick. And third, there's probably a tie between Daryl and T-Dog so far. Yeah. All right. Have yourself a good one.